As 2020 began, we had no idea that, too soon, we would be engulfed in a global pandemic, and that this pandemic would change everything we knew about elections across America. That it would push us to pivot and innovate, and mobilize in new ways. With the crucial Supreme Court election in April, the Wisconsin Democrats, the Jill Karofsky campaign, and our allies across the state, in real time, wrote the playbook on how to digitally turn out voters to the polls. The results were astonishing, a decisive double-digit victory.
Hey everybody, Jill Karofsky here. I just want to thank you very, very much for all the hard work that all of you did.
And the country took notice. The New York Times wrote a feature giving us credit for developing the pandemic playbook. And Crooked Media, who run some of the most popular podcasts in the country, came here to shoot a documentary about us. The summer arrived, and it was clear the pandemic was here to stay, thanks, in no small part, to Trump's complete mismanagement of this crisis. The stakes became even higher. Democrats had to win in November. We had the plan to do just that, called WISCO. The W was win the crucial April Supreme Court election. Check. We did that. The I was to inspire the grassroots and train organizers over the summer. We also did that. In partnership with the DNC and the Biden campaign, we organized high-quality trainings throughout the week of the Democratic National Convention, where we nominated Joe Biden and Kamala Harris as our presidential ticket, and trained thousands of Democrats from across the country on the ins and outs of running successful political campaigns. Everything from field organizing to fundraising to digital and communications. We covered it all, we trained thousands, and we massively built up Democratic capacity to win. Next up on our strategic plan were the SNC and WISCO. Stop the GOP supermajority in the Wisconsin State Legislature and save Governor Evers' veto. To do this, we knew we had to compete everywhere and massively scale up. We invested an unprecedented $11 million in down-ballot races, hired 500 plus staffers, and grew our organizing program to over 300 neighborhood teams. These neighborhood teams, and the leaders and volunteers who made them up, were the backbone of our strategy. Day in and day out, they spoke to voters in their communities, motivating them to vote for Democrats up and down the ballot, and making plans to vote. This last part was especially important in the middle of a pandemic because we wanted everyone to vote safely. And we did it. While Wisconsin Republicans increased their vote margin by 15 points over 2016, Wisconsin Democrats outworked them and increased our turnout by 18 points, and we won. With a margin of just 20,000 votes, less than 1 percentage point, Wisconsin was once again the state that tipped the Electoral College and determined the winner.
At this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed.
How did we do it? What all went into ensuring we ultimately won Wisconsin and thereby the White House? For that, let's hear directly from the grassroots themselves.
Truly calling and talking to many friends, family, and all of their voters, spreading our firm belief in our candidate is what won this election.
We figured out ways to get voters engaged in the process.
I made many calls to provide election information.
And we discovered hundreds of new Democrats.
The most exciting, most effective part of Wisconsin Dems organizing programs is preparing the next generation of youth leaders, is preparing the next generation of volunteers.
I like to do important things, and I think doing phone banks is really important.
I am really proud of all the volunteers who did the really hard thing of pivoting from in-person door knocking to making boatloads of phone calls.
We are making progress. Waukesha used to be reliably Republican and strongly Republican. It's not anymore.
Election year 2020 was one heck of a year.
And we helped deliver a victory for Joe Biden in the city of Cedarburg. He won it by 19 votes. And more importantly, we made a lot of new friends.
The best part of the WisDems organizing program is how personable everyone is and how eager they are to just win at everything and, make connections with people.
And to be able to form those connections, to connect with people and feel like you're not alone in fighting against these issues is very, very powerful.
I consider this work to be among the most important work that I've done in my entire life. Thank you.
On to 2022!